Hey guys, this is Moon and I am welcoming you all to another requested session of this channel. So today I'm going to explain the poem called Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. So the full name of this poem is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. So friends, the title called Caged Bird has a great or deep underlying symbolic significance. Friends, we all know that Maya Angelou was an American writer, but her origin is African. Okay, she is a black lady, we can say, and that's why actually there comes the racism. So basically, the white people try to dominate the black people, they humiliate them, insult them, and for all these reasons, the black people were suffering from identity crisis. Maya Angelou was also a civil rights activist. So this poem, Caged Bird, can be seen as a reflection on the social disparity, the ideas of freedom and justice. Okay, here Angelou is used the metaphor of birds, of two birds, in order to represent the inequality of justice that was prevalent in the society of her time, and that society actually differentiates people between the African American community as well as the white American counterpart. Actually, here the main thing is that the white people were treated fairly, but the black people were treated as the other. Okay, Maya Angelou in her own personal life suffered all these things, but she succeeds in coming out from the oppression and domination to a self-dignified, self-possessed lady who can answer back to the prejudices that were imposed on her as well as on the black community. So now let's step into the explanation of this poem called Caged Bird. So basically this poem describes the experience between two birds. One bird is able to live in the lap of nature, but the another bird is in cage or remains captive. Okay, so now it's quite clear that the experiences of these two birds are quite different from each other. But despite of its suffering, the caged bird started singing in order to express its own longing for freedom as well as in order to cope up with the situation. So here it is clear that Maya Angelou here is using the metaphor of the two birds in order to paint a critical picture of the contemporary society in which the black people are oppressed, depressed, dominated, and wish to get out of this oppression and get freedom. So friends, now let's start the explanation. So at first we have our first stanza. A free bird lives on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. So here Maya Angelou firstly mentions about the free bird. Okay, so this free bird flies freely on the wind. It flies in such a way as if it floats downstream until the wind current shifts, and then the free bird dips its wings in the orange sunlight. But the bird do not call the sky as his own. So after mentioning about the free bird, there comes the mention of the caged bird in the second stanza. So here Maya Angelou is saying that but a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bursts of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. So basically here the poet is saying that the caged bird lives in a small cage. That's why he can't see the sky. He can't see the natural scenario through the small bars of his cage. That's why he is angry, he is silent, because he can't fly, because his wings are cut. His feet also are tied together. So that's why, as he can't fly, as he can't go outside, that's why he opens his throat to sing. So after this, in the third stanza, Maya Angelou is saying that the caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. So here in the third stanza, the main point is that the caged bird now sings fearfully of things because he don't know the world that much, but still he wants that his song can be heard From the distance, his song can be heard from as far away as distant hills, because the caged bird is singing about freedom, as well as he is singing for freedom. Now after this we have the next stanza, in which Maya Angelou again mentions about the free bird. So here it says that the free bird thinks of another breeze, and that trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. So now here Maya Angelou again brings out the reference of the free bird. The free bird is enjoying his freedom. He is enjoying the breeze, the trade winds, and that breeze, that winds make the trees sound as if they are sighing. So here the phrase sighing trees refers to the sighing sound that was made by the breeze while the breeze passed through the leafy branches. Okay, so it can be also seen that the trees are also tied to the ground like the caged bird in the cage. And then the free bird thinks about the fat worm that will be his food. So the free bird is so much enthusiastic, so much enjoying his situation. He feels that he owns the sky, or the entire sky is his own domain. So after this we have the next stanza. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. So here this stanza is like the stanza. Number 2. Here Maya Angelou again mentions about the caged bird, that the caged bird's life is different from the free bird, because the caged bird stands on the grave of his own daydreams, because the caged bird is captive. That's why all his dreams are shattered, because he can't fly, he can't roam around. That's why he is not independent, and that's why the bird stands on the grave of his own daydreams. So now the caged bird's condition is more pitiable, more adverse than the nightmare, because the caged bird's wings are trimmed down and his feet are tied. So that's why the caged bird opens his throat to sing. So his singing is a sign of hope. Okay, he's still hoping. After this we have our final stanza. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. So this stanza resembles the stanza number 3. So here again Maya Angelou is saying that the caged bird sings with a kind of fearful thrill for the unknown things, but still he longed to go outside, and he wants that his tune is heard on the distant hill, because the caged bird sings for freedom, as well as he is yearning for freedom. So here the caged bird can't fly because his wings are cutted and his feet are tied up, but his throat is not choked yet. That's why he can sing. Now singing seems the caged bird's freedom. So by the metaphor of this caged bird, Maya Angelou is trying to say that the black people, as well as all the oppressed, depressed people, have to raise their voice, to express themselves, to put forth their feelings, even though the wrong people, or we can say the white people, are trying their best to suppress them, but still they have to do their best and never give up. This was the main underlying meaning behind this poem. Okay, so I hope this video will help you. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, then please give it a like, share this video as much as you can, and don't forget to subscribe.